Hi guys, my name is Hui. Well, today we'll be talking about a brief history of cheese. Again, in a series of a brief history. Well, cheese is a food that could be put into the group of foods for a long time before. Back in 1,000 years ago, before people like us have poetry, have sculptures, have kings, queens, before the worlds have those materials that we use for buildings like today, cheese was born. One day, in the past, milk was being harvested by places in like Africa. And in that time, milk was left in a warm condition because in Africa it's always warm. It wouldn't be a really common thing to find out today in Africa to be really cold. Well, milk was left in warm conditions for about some hours, like 2 to 3. Then that fresh milk that we've just harvested began to shower. Did you ever eat soured milk? It's not something that's not accepted. If I say fermented milk, maybe if you've eaten it before. Sour milk and fermented milk are always the same. Well, why do we get that? We put milk in warm conditions for a lot. That acids comes in to make those milk to shower. Well, look at this picture. You could see these nose here, right? And those globes looks a little bit yellowish but white too. They could be eaten fresh as a soft spreadable milk. It is kind of soft when you could find it in fermented milk. Like now, if you take out a fermented milk box and you eat it, you found it really soft, right? Like it was just like milk that was a little bit more into a solid shape. And it's also spreadable. Yeah, it's also spreadable. Like cheese today is spreadable, and fermented milk could also be spreadable. Maybe it doesn't taste yummy, but it is spreadable. These clumps or curds became the building blocks of cheese, which would eventually be aged, pressed, ripened, and wheezed too. It would age up into cheese, press hard to make the cheese not into liquid anymore, but kind of more of solid. Ripened, make it ripped, and wheeze it to a solid thing, not a liquid anymore. Well, now maybe you saying, well, that was just it. But sometimes some visitors think that cheese is something that's weirdo. Well, why? Because sometimes you could see it's like too milky, or too sweet, too salty for a person to eat. Sometimes there's some person that doesn't like to eat cheese, while some really loves too. They felt cheese as a soft and yummy thing. Well, cheese is just better than fresh milk. Cheese helps you to provide more healthy things inside your body than milk. Yes, because it's fermented too. I've just eaten fermented milk these days. Well, brief history of cheese just comes in that? No, in some last 1,000 years, people changed cheese into a lot of kinds. There could be mozzarella cheese or a lot more. Cheese could come in different kinds, and it could be put into different foods. Like if you find cheese in KFC in fast food, it could be this kind of cheese. Well, if you find it inside pizza, it could be one of those. I don't know, but cheese have been changed into a lot of kinds and shapes too when it comes into different countries. Like I have said, even if that food was your favorite, you could change it into a food that have the flavor that you like. You want it to be more salty, or you want it to be super cheesy, or just a little bit of cheese. Yes, cheese doesn't just stand in that. Cheese is a thing that you could use for a lifetime. It could mold, but when you really care about it and you put it in boxes and containers, that you make sure to use it, then it would always be a good cheese for you to serve. You could put it from winter to spring if you want, and that could help for our migration. Well, today we've talked about a brief history of cheese. Well, cheese are a thing that is yummy, but not just yummy. They are really healthy for your body. But I don't really recommend that you guys eat cheese for a lot in foods that aren't good for your bodies. Well, today we've talked a lot about cheese, and I hope you guys could understand more about cheese, the food that comes before everything. Goodbye. See you next time.